go now, and it's like if he can convert that to points.
Outstanding offensive.
Best games that we saw all year long.
Welcome to Palmerton High School. Tonight we have a District 11 AA semifinal matchup featuring the Minersville Battling Miners and the Palmerton Blue Bombers. Tonight's pregame is brought to you by Sioka Subaru, located on Hamilton Boulevard in Allentown. Hi everyone, I'm Mark McKeon, joined by Big Game Lou Rustock and a guy who's familiar with these premises. Paul McCarl used to be the head coach here at Palmerton, now an assistant at Panther Valley. And Paul, we'll start with you. And you just played Minersville last week with Panther Valley. A lot of familiarity with this team. They like to run the ball a lot.
Yeah, they run the ball almost exclusively. Michael Savage and Taylor are a tough 1-2 combination there. And obviously heading down the stretch here, very confident. 3 games in a row, big win over Marion 2 weeks ago. So they're looking forward to the playoffs after a couple down seasons.
Yeah, Minersville's won 3 in a row. Lou, Palmerton's also won 3 in a row. Another hot team. They've been playing really well down the stretch.
Yeah, they've played well. They've come together. They've got healthy as the season's gone on. That's been big for Palmerton, and a lot of excitement here at Palmerton tonight. It's the first time since Coach McCardle was here coaching them that they're hosting a district playoff game, and we were still here doing the same thing. So pretty interesting that these guys have made that happen, and they're looking forward to getting into it tonight.
And for Palmerton, 2 outstanding seniors on offense, Pergy and Stasko.
Yeah, Garrett Pergy's the quarterback. Both record setters. Pergy has the Palmerton school records for a career for completions, yards, and touchdowns. He's thrown 38 touchdowns in his career. 1,700 yards coming this year, and he has about 300 on the ground. He's at 2,000 even for total yards, and he's accounted for 23 touchdowns, including 16 touchdown passes to just 4 interceptions. So pretty efficient from Garrett Pergy. Mike Stasko is probably their top offensive weapon as far as skill guys are concerned. I looking across the stat sheet, he had stats all over the place. He had rushing yards, he had receiving yards, he had interception return yards, punt return, kickoff return. All in all, it added up to over 1,300 total yards, and he scored 17 touchdowns, 7 on the ground, 7 receiving, and then he had 2 interceptions to return for a touchdown, and also had a return against Penn Argyle in Palmerton's big victory over them earlier in the year. So he's their big play threat, and they're going to look to get him going tonight.
Palmerton's offense very diverse. They'll run, they'll throw, they'll do a lot of different things. On the other side, Minersville's only thrown about 78 passes this year. We mentioned Michael Savage and Taylor, 2 guys they like to lean on the ground game, Paul.
Yeah, Bryce Michael Savage. Don't be fooled by the 113 carries for just 480-something yards. It's not very, video game number-like, but in the option offense that they run, he's the guy, the fullback that gets those tough yards, that opens it up for the quarterback, opens it up for Taylor. And it's a tough 1-2 punch, like I said earlier. Between the 2 of them, they're over 1,000 yards. Taylor is your game breaker kind of guy, tough guy on defense too. 600 yards right now. So between the 2 of them, they're over 1,000 yards rushing. And get back to Michael Savage. Don't be surprised if we see him play defense tonight. He was the leading tackler on this team his freshman and sophomore year. So with the playoffs on the line, we might see him on that side of the ball.
All right, well, it's Minersville and Palmerton. It's a semifinal. Winner plays for a district championship next week. We'll have the Battling Miners and Bombers coming up next.
Beat the rush and save early during the Lazy Boy Black Friday sale. On now at Hager Furniture. Get the best prices of the season on a huge selection of Lazy Boy styles. Leather recliners starting at just $649. Motion sofas from only $849. Prices this good won't last long, so shop early and save big. Pay no interest for 1 year. Hurry in to the Lazy Boy Black Friday sale. On now at Hager Furniture.
One of the common problems we get phone calls about is power outages. All garage door openers have a manual release located directly above the door. Disengage the garage door by reaching up for that red cord and pulling down on the trolley assembly. Once the garage door is in the manual operation, you'd want to secure it with one of the locks that should be provided on the door. When the power is restored, do the reverse of disengaging it to put it in your manual mode. If you're having a problem with your garage door opener, please feel free to give us a call here at Palmerton Garage Doors Incorporated.
Where did the summer go? It's football season, and that means it's leftover time at Rentschler and Slatington.
And you're going to find some fantastic lease deals at Chevrolet. Silverado $249, Trax $149, Cruze LT $179.
Why not drive a sporty Dodge Charger for $239, or a 4x4 Jeep for $189, or a Ram truck for $249?
Remember, Rentschler Chevrolet
And Rentschler Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram
have a tremendous selection of leftovers, only minutes away in Slatington.
Rentschler has it, so stop in today.
You're going to be glad you did.
Why is Neil McKeeja lying about Doyle Heffley's record? Because of his extreme liberal agenda. Neil McKeeja hasn't lived in Carbon County for 10 years. He was working with Obama in D.C. and New York City. McKeeja hasn't voted in 75% of elections in Carbon County. Worst of all, he's getting his money from fundraisers in Los Angeles and New York City. Vote against Neil McKeeja. His agenda is Hillary's agenda. Higher taxes, higher spending, and more debt.
Welcome back to Palmerton. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Rentschler Chevrolet. No matter what you're looking for, Rentschler has it on Route 873 in Slatington. And we'll start with the Minersville offense. My quarterback for the Miners, number 6, Steele Fichetti. 3 running backs, Bryce Miklasavage, Aaron Beach, and Keandre Taylor.
35.
The split end is Gary Hostler, the tight end David Chistikov, and up front for the Miners, Sean Delaney, Noah Primo, Dawson Schaefer, Nate Bilheim, and Kenny Yurkonis.
And that group will do battle with the Palmerton defense. There you get a look at the front, led by Kyle Kralik. Kralik comes in with 8.5 sacks on the season, 13 tackles for loss, leads the team in both of those categories, along with Zielinski, Isles, and Jared Rogers. Linebacking core, you see Jared Mooney, Jordan Nelson, Chris Fredericks, and Tanner Burnett. Mooney leading the team with 93 tackles. In the secondary, Mike Stasko, 82 tackles and 3 picks. That's a team high for them. He's joined by his brother Aaron Stasko, Nate Sterner, and Mike Eckhart.
On offense for the Bombers, talked about these guys in the pregame. Garrett Pergy and Mike Stasko are the quarterback and the tailback. 4 receivers, Aaron Stasko, Jared Mooney, Jordan Nelson, and Mike Eckhart. And up front for the Bombers, Kyle Kralik, Austin Frank, Jerry Zielinski, John Isles, and Jared Rogers.
Take a look at the Minersville defense, and then the guy to look at there is Kenny Yurkonis, 10.5 sacks. That's a team high on the season. He's joined by Kristen and Schaefer. The linebacking core for Minersville, Billy Hummel, a team high, 70.5 tackles. He also has 3 picks. He is joined by Steele Fichetti, Delaney, and Beach. In the secondary, Keandre Taylor, we've been talking about him already, leads the team with 3 interceptions. He's joined by Kewen, Hoffman, and Tryon.
Nate Sterner mentioned there in the starting lineup, he is actually out with an injury. Palmerton will receive to start the game. And
back deep here, looks like Eckhart, Stasko, and I can't see the third one there. Oh.
Josh Hawley kicks off. It's a short kick. It's picked up about the 34-yard line and taken down.
That's Mike Eckhart.
Is Mike Eckhart, and Palmerton will go on offense.
Looks like there's a flag down there too, guys. Maybe coming in a little high on the hit. I mean, it was just barely picked up before the Minersville defense got there. You can see they're talking it over right now.
Referee tonight is Daryl Woodring, the umpire Ray Wright, linesman Tim Melnick, the line judge Tommy Singer, field judge Dennis Capazzolo, the side judge is Mike Attia, and the back judge is Mike Lukac.
Palmerton's captains, they're an outstanding group that they sent out there, all seniors before. John Isles,
personal
Jared
foul
Mooney.
on the kicking team. 15-yard penalty from the end of the return.
First down for Blue.
Garrett Pergy and Mike Stasko, those 4 guys are all program guys, according to Coach Koviak.
Here's a look at the hit, and you can see straight to the head, and that's a big blow.
That is a big blow. And Palmerton will take over on offense. Chris Wakowiak, the Bombers coach in his 6th year at Palmerton. Here's Pergy is going to hand off, and he's got some room. It's Stasko across midfield down to about the 42-yard line.
Minersville territory to about the 42-yard line will be 1st and 10 for the Blue Bombers.
Damian Buggy, the head coach at Minersville, coming over from Hamburg, his 1st year, leading the Miners to a record of 5-5. Palmerton also 5-5 coming in, as you see Stasko on the run. Here is a keeper by Pergy, and he'll fall ahead down close to the 37, gain of 5.
Tackle by number 50 of the Miners.
First run by Stasko, simple zone play earlier. They probably saw we had some success at Panther Valley last week against them, and now Pergy comes back with the zone look and the keep.
Pergy will run the ball. He's carried 119 times this year, and here is around the edge, and a big stick there. That was Keandre Taylor tackling Mike Eckhart, and maybe a yard.
Taylor, without a doubt, one of the hardest hitters in the league there, in the Schuylkill League, and you'll see it here coming up from his safety spot and putting the big hit on.
Dude, Minersville's trying to set the tone with some of these hits early on. There have only been 4 plays. That's a couple big ones right off the bat.
So 3rd down 4 for Palmerton. And Pergy with the hard count, and Minersville jumped.
One thing to watch with Taylor, and that was kind of close.
Prior to the snap, neutral zone infraction on defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Results in a first down for Blue.
First down for the Blue Bombers.
That's a veteran signal caller there with a hard count, getting Minersville to jump and getting the freebie first down there for the Bombers.
I started to say with Taylor there, one thing earlier in the season against Shenandoah, he was ejected from a game for targeting, and that last one was kind of close. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Now from the 31, it is Pergy's going to keep it again. Gets down to about the 29, gains a couple. Mentioned Pergy has rushed for 203 yards, or 281 yards this season, and 7 touchdowns on the ground. And you see the keep there. Fake the handoff to Aaron Stasko, and it's now 2nd and 8 for Palmerton.
Pergy is a quarterback, but he runs more like a fullback. You won't see him avoid contact too often.
Yeah, 6'2", 200 pounds. And here is the handoff. Stasko gets down close to the 23-yard line. We'll set up a 3rd down and short.
Short gain on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and about 3.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 3 here from the 23.
And Stasko just looks like he wants to break one every time he touches the ball. You can see it already here early on.
Yeah, he's at full speed when he gets the ball. 4 down territory, so they don't need to get it here.
And looks like Pergy might have gotten Minersville again. Both sides jumped, but I believe it was the guys in white that jumped first.
Yeah, I agree. I think they came across first. Austin Frank just
prior to snap, neutral zone infraction, white, 5 yards, first down.
So Palmerton picking up a couple of first downs here on its opening drive on the defense coming across. And it'll be 1st and 10 from about, looks like the 18-yard line. Pergy flanked by Mike Stasko in the backfield. Here comes Aaron Stasko, and it is Stasko, and he is going to be wrapped up.
Aaron Stasko.
Tackle made by Billy Hummel.
Number 24, Hummel. A loss on the play of about.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and long.
I think his brother missed a block for him here. He kind of ran by 24 there.
Yeah, Hummel came right through there untouched. So it looks like about 2nd down at about 15 here for Palmerton. They have yet to go to the air. And here's a handoff to Stasko up the middle. He gets back to about the original line of scrimmage.
Pushes ahead for A couple.
So gain of 5. It'll
4. That'll bring up third and up.
third down and long here for
Nice job by
Palmerton.
Pershing carrying out the fake here. You know they're going to set that up later to throw the bubble off of that zone fake.
Yeah, Mooney split out here to the left. He's been the guy for the most part this year. 18 catches for 365 yards and 4 touchdowns. You see 4 receivers. Pershing looking left. He's got a man in the flat. That's Eckhart. He's down at the 15-yard line. So a short gain will bring up 4th down and looks like about 8.
I think he was looking at Mooney first there, and Mooney did beat Tryon off the ball, but had nice over-the-top help from Taylor, so he checked down here and made a nice decision.
This is a huge 4th down for Minersville, too. You think about a team that doesn't allow a lot of points. They don't want to get behind early in the game, so if they can hold Palmerton here, that even though the Bombers are able to drive, that's a big win for Minersville.
4th down, Palmerton. They need to get to about the 8-yard line for a 1st down. Pershing rolling right. Pershing looking. Pershing throws back across the middle. He's got a man.
Jordan
and
Nelson.
in for the touchdown. Jordan Nelson for the touchdown for the Bombers.
Just a freshman, Nelson. Big play early on here in this playoff game.
So Palmerton strikes first with 7:11 left here in the first quarter. Here's the play.
You saw as he rolled across, kind of the whole Minersville defense rolled with him and just went backside there. Nelson just sitting down. He was wide open. They made a nice play to get into the end zone.
And the kick is blocked. So the kick was blocked as Jacob Tashler had it blocked, and it's 6-0.
All right, guys, I got a trivia question for you. I was looking forward to this. I think Paul might be exempt from getting this one, or he'll be able to give you the answer. But Mark, I want you to take a crack at this. That's Palmerton's first touchdown in district play since 2008. Remember, the Bombers made it in 2014, didn't score. Who scored the last touchdown for Palmerton in 2008?
I don't know, but I'll take an educated guess. Jeff Noyes?
Can you confirm?
That's actually, I don't know, but that was going to be my guess. No, yes, as you guys used to refer to him as, but I know we lost 26-21 in that game.
That is the correct answer. Jeff Noyes,
All right.
17 carries, 105 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He scored all three of them in that game against Palisades.
So Tashler will kick off. Keandre Taylor is back deep for Minersville.
That's some nice additional work. Big game.
I got to do something, you know. Somebody's got to do some work here. I don't remember Noyes scoring 3 touchdowns in that game. I feel like that's something I would remember. I was looking it up today, and he had all the touchdowns.
Well, he was a mudder, and we certainly played in the mud. We had a hurricane come through, and Palisades offered to play on their turf. We probably should have taken him up on that offer because this field got completely soaked.
It's a short kick. Taylor will take it at the 11. And Taylor looking up to seam, and he's going to be taken down by a couple of Bombers. Kyle Krolick was in on the tackle there for Palmerton. I remember the Springfield-Montgo game where Noyes busted one going left to right on the far sideline where he went over 1,000 yards in the carry. I think he scored on a touchdown. It was like a 65-yarder or something like that.
I do remember that. He came to me afterwards. He said, "Yeah, Coach, good call." That was the extent of his talking for the night.
So now Minersville takes over on offense, trailing 6-0, and it's a handoff to Bryce Mick-LaSavage. And you want to talk about a Coal Region name, Mick-LaSavage is a Coal Region name.
Absolutely, and he's a Coal Region player too, hard-nosed player, gets those 3 or 4 dirty yards. It opens everything else up in the offense. In this case, 4 yards.
You look at Minersville's offense, they're running the wing T, and it's just 3-4 yards in a cloud of dust. But this is also their defense, isn't it? It's just keep the other team off the field and control the clock.
Yeah, Coach Buggy said that their best defense is their offense. They take the air out of the ball, keep it out of Stasko's hands and Mooney's hands and Eckhart's hands and Pershey's.
And here is an inside handoff to Taylor, and he is stacked up, and there's a penalty flag coming in.
I think Cole George got held on the play there, and I think they got that one. I couldn't see the offending offensive lineman there, but nope.
chop block.
Blocking below the knees against the Miners.
So this will push Minersville back. Let's see if you can see it. He's on the left side there.
The chop block on the offense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. We play second down.
That's going to be a big one against Minersville there.
You got to think penalties for a team that's constructed like Minersville are really killers, and already that's 3 penalties for 25 yards for them.
Yeah, they are not made for 2nd and 18.
So now backed up to the 20-yard line. They have to get to 39 for a first down. And this is Fichetti rolling out, looking to throw. He's in trouble. He's going to let it go, and it is incomplete. I believe he was looking for Taylor over there on the far sideline. And Taylor is down.
Taylor, the intended receiver.
Reese Heine, nice pressure on the quarterback here. Didn't make the play, but certainly hurried to throw up a little bit.
See if anything happened to Taylor here. We get another look.
It's a nice job of Fichetti getting that ball. He looked like he put it right on the money, but going after it, Taylor couldn't come up with it. And Taylor is still down over on the far sideline.
He might have just landed on his arm. Funny, I mean, it wasn't hit or anything, so.
And officials are gonna take a timeout.
Mark having issues with his arms, can relate if that is the case, Lou.
Yeah, we were in the training room, and then trainer Dave hooking you up. You had some golfer's elbow, Mark. A big summer for you.
Been in a lot of pain the last couple of months. It's not fun. But want to thank trainer Dave. Those tacos were delicious.
Yeah, he had a great spread there.
Had brownies too. They were really good.
It's nice. It's always nice coming up to Palmerton, and trainer Dave, one of the great guys in area high school football. Great talking with him, and he fed us, so we love that. And if he fixes your elbow, man, he's up in the echelon.
Yeah,
right there.
he definitely moved up. He was already up there pretty high. Here's Fichetti in the shotgun, and he's going to keep it himself. He has some room up the middle, and he's going to get out across the 25-yard line. Eckhart was there on the stop. Looked like Jared Rogers was in on the tackle as well. But that'll bring up 4th down. Kind of a safe play there for Minersville, a 3rd and really eternity.
It's a dangerous proposition for Minersville here, punting away to Mikey Stasko.
Yeah, Stasko is dangerous. He's returned a kick for a touchdown this year already. And the kick is away. Gehrig Hostler with a kick. Stasko's got a return here. And nice open field tackle made by Connor Andrzejczyk. And Palmerton will get the ball in very good field position here at their own 44-yard line. You get the feeling that he's going to break one every time he touches the ball, especially in the open space like that.
Yeah, it doesn't take him long to get up to full speed. I mean, he's there. As soon as he's got the ball in his hands, he's going as fast as he's going to go.
So Palmerton's second possession, they scored on their first possession on Pershey to Jordy Nelson, 15-yard touchdown to go up 6-0. Now Pershey and Stasko in the backfield. Pershey looking left. Pershey across the middle. He's got a man bobbled and dropped by Jared Mooney.
Mooney's going to wish he had this one back. He might still be running here. He had a nice seam down the middle there. I think he could have outrun the defenders there.
I think Mooney was a guy that came on late for Palmerton, too, and started playing well as things started clicking for them offensively. He had a big senior night game, and really the last 2-3 weeks as Palmerton went on that winning streak, Mooney has been a guy that stepped up for them.
Yeah, offensively for sure. Defensively, he's been their best player probably the last 2 years, but you're right about that on offense, Lou.
2nd down 10. Eckhart in motion. Little screen set up. This is Stasko. He's in the open field. Mike Stasko cuts across. He's going to get away from a would-be tackler across the 30 down to the 25. It'll step out of bounds at the 21-yard line. 35-yard gain. Pershey to Stasko on the screen.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bombers from Minersville 21.
Great job here looking over at the Trips receivers there after motion and leaving Stasko slipping him out to the right. And after that, it's all him.
he had a lot of rushing yards the last couple of years, but it seems like this year they're just getting him the ball any way they can.
Yeah, they substituted a lot of the running with the screen game. I saw them at Minersville earlier this year. He had about 3 of them for about 60 yards.
There he split out to the right, and Pershing keeps, and Pershing gains about 4 down to the 22-yard line.
Reminds you of what the Packers are doing with their running game with guys out, and they kind of just throwing the short ones to the back and letting them go. And they've got Jordy Nelson playing wide receiver.
Palmerton has Jordan Nelson playing wide receiver. That's a great analogy, Lou. So 2nd down and about 7. He's going to flip it out here to Aaron Stasko. He has some room. Stasko down to the 5-yard line.
There's that bubble pass we mentioned earlier. They set it up nicely. That's a nice thing with this like run pass option. You got so many different options to choose from.
11-yard gain here. Just a little flip out to the right. And Palmerton with the 1st down and goal from the 5. Pershing is going to hand it off.
Eckhart.
And that was Eckhart, and he might have lost a yard. So 2nd down and goal coming up for Palmerton. Bombers knocking on the door, trying to go up 2 possessions here on Minersville. As they send in the play, it's Pershing and Stasko in the backfield. Pershing's going to keep. Pershing is in for the touchdown. Pershing, a 6-yard touchdown run, and Palmerton goes up 12-0 with 3:26 left in the 1st quarter.
Very nice play call by Wakowiak. We got speed option down in the goal line there. Most defenses are going to be in some kind of man coverage, so you can isolate 2 guys on 1 here. Pershing makes the nice decision. I think either way, even if he would have pitched there, I think they would have been fine because the defensive end kind of feathered that play.
And now they're going to quickly go for 2, with it being 12-0. And Pershing's back. He's under pressure. He flips it across, and it's knocked down and intercepted, and they're going to blow it dead.
He's looking to throw to Eckhart there, dragging across the opposite side of the field there and hit a lineman.
It is interesting to see this Palmerton offense and how they're getting their yards. And I look at their linemen. They lost so many guys last year, a lot of big mauling type guys where they were able to run people over. Paul, do you think that's a result of that? This is what they've got. They have a lot of speed.
Yeah, I think so, guys. The last year they had guys like Jericho Berger and Owen Miller up front, big, 300-pounders. They had 3 of them, and this year they didn't have that. All new guys, first-year starters. So yeah, they got to kind of smoke and mirror other teams, I think.
Has Minersville seen an offense similar to this in the Schuylkill League? Is there anybody that?
Not really. No, we were talking about that the other day. Schuylkill League, it's a lot more like smash mouth eye teams. Probably the closest would be what we were doing at Panther Valley. With the motion and spread offenses.
Tough to 1 week. It's got to be tough to prepare for something like that, and especially to match the speed that Palmerton's got.
Yep. And I don't think they've seen a skill set combination like they have here at Palmerton between Pershing, Stasko, and Mooney. You're talking about 3 of the better skill kids, and I don't know if there's any team in the league that has the combination of those 3.
Tashler will kick. It's going to be a pooch kick taken by the up back and taken down around the 38-yard line.
I see Taylor was not back deep to throw there, so he must still be out with that injury from earlier on the sideline there.
He was back. Number 3 was back deep.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, I believe that was him. Noah Woodford is the up back that took that for Minersville. I believe it was number 3 that was back deep.
We talked about, Mark and I had talked about this a little bit, Minersville's offense. Being down 14-0, not a good spot for them. They don't score a lot of points. In 8 of the 10 games, they only averaged about 8 points a game, put up a lot of points in 2 of the games, so they got a big hole to climb out of here. This is a huge possession for the Miners.
Actually, he's not in there. I believe that was Brandon Tryon.
Yeah, that was number 2,
yep. Yes. Here is the handoff to Aaron Beach, and Beach puts his head down, gets about 5 yards on the carry.
Yeah, that was Tryon. Speaking of him, we were very impressed with him. Only a sophomore, very good cornerback, cover guy.
So that's going to be a big blow for Minersville if Taylor is out of this game, obviously.
I'm trying to see
577 yards rushing, 8 touchdowns on the year. He was the leading rusher. He is the leading rusher on Minersville. Second down, about 6 here. Ketty turns, pitches, and taken down immediately by Kyle Kralik. Busting through, meets Bryce Miklas-Savage right in the hole and takes him down.
And that's what Kralik does, tackles for losses. Like I mentioned, when we're going through the lineups, 13 of them led the team on the season, and there you can see why. Just couldn't contain him here in the center of the line.
I talked to some of the seniors this week and asked them to name a couple underclassmen who really stepped up, and every single one of them said Kyle Kralik in his first year as a football player. This is his first year out for the team. And his older brother, Kane, was an outstanding player here a few years back. Real nice addition on both offense and defense for the Bombers. Starts both ways.
The officials are talking to Coach Makowiak, and
they're calling in athletic director Andrew Remsing here.
You can't tell. This is I mean, the field was immaculate down there. It can't be an issue with the field.
Jason Zimmerman also walking over with his 2 boys. Brady and Eli.
Does that make him a Pats fan or a Giants fan?
I'm not sure. I actually always wanted to ask him the reasoning behind the names, but
I can't imagine what they'd be talking about here. If there's for district games, there's another official up here in charge of the clock, just to make sure that the clock, there's no home cooking as far as the clock's concerned. I don't think that's the case at all. I don't know what they could have seen, unless there's some kind of equipment issue or.
We have a problem in the stands. Anyone using laser pointers of any sort.
There we go. Laser pointers in the stands is what they're saying the issue was, and they're making an announcement now to the stadium to put the laser pointers away. I thought laser pointers were like 5 or 6 years ago. They're still using them?
They were a big thing at the beach a couple years ago. The Little League players that were on my son's team, they all wanted the laser pointers. So after that, it's going to be a 3rd down and 8 for Minersville. Fichetti back. Or he's going to be under center here. Fichetti rolling left. Looking, he's in trouble and lets it go, and it is it caught? It is caught.
It's going to be coming back, though. I think they got a hold on your Kunis there, 74 for Minersville.
The pass was complete to Gary Hostler. There's a flag in the offensive backfield.
Here's a look. If you look on the, I think on the right side here, 74.
John Isles doing a nice job.
Holding on the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty for the spot of foul. Replay 3rd down.
I'll tell you, the penalties have really killed Minersville here in the opening.
Yeah, that's the 5th penalty of the game on Minersville. Fourth penalty of the game, sorry.
Yep, and they're not, like we said several times, they're not geared to call 3rd and 20s.
So 3rd and 24. They have to get all the way out to the 43-yard line for a 1st down. And Fichetti turns. He's just going to hand it off, and taken down by a host of Bombers.
Tackled by a squadron of Blue Bomber defenders.
Was number 5. That's Miklas-Savage on the carry.
Miklas-Savage, the ball.
And Palmerton really just blew that up defensively.
About 21.
See a host of Bombers coming in here. And that's Mooney is one of the first guys on the hit.
Mooney's been the leading tackler for the Bombers the last 2 years. Outstanding wrestler, too. Made it out to Hershey last year. Medaled, actually, at Hershey. Didn't just make it out there.
It's a short kick. Stasko's going to let it roll.
Punt is down at the 44-yard line. And the Blue Bombers will take
And
over.
Palmerton again with very good field position here to start their 3rd possession. Started the last one on the 44, and they're just about there again. What do you got there, Lou? What's your spot? 44, 43?
I'd say that's 44 we can give him.
So again from the 44, Palmerton taking over, leading this one 12-0 with a $1:10 left here in the first quarter. Pergy looking left, now looking to his right, rolling out, signals the receiver, flips it downfield. He's got a man complete. And down inside the 35-yard line is Mike Eckhart.
That's a great job by Percy, keeping the play alive first and then redirecting his receivers. Eckhart was sitting on the sidelines, and he told him to take off down the field a little bit and hit him in stride.
You
Good
can
protection.
You can really see the senior leadership at Pergy. You know, a lot of quarterbacks would be scrambling around for their life. He just calmly rolled out to the right and kind of surveyed the field, told Eckhart what to do, and got it to him, and there's a first down to the 33-yard line. Fakes the handoff. He's in trouble now, and he's going to go down. Pergy taking down John Kristen in on the sack for Minersville. And Kenny Yerkonis also in there. See the replay. It's actually Facchetti on defense there, getting a part of that sack for Minersville. And that backs Palmerton up to about the 43, 44-yard line. It'll bring up a second down and long.
Unlike Minersville, though, Palmerton really won't panic in this situation here. They have the playmakers to get this kind of yardage right back.
This is Stasko. Stasko out to the left. Stasko stiff arms the guy and gets down to about the 31-yard line. So 13-yard gain for Palmerton sets up a much more manageable third down here.
Nice job. You'll see coming up here by Jerry Zielinski, getting himself downfield. Anytime you see one of your big tackles run downfield, throwing box, that's always a nice thing.
Well, that'll do it for the first quarter in this district playoff game on the Palmerton Garage Doors scoreboard. Palmerton on top of Minersville, 12-0.
When you're dealing with something as serious as stroke, you want to be sure you or a loved one is receiving the best possible care. And you'll be glad to know that the hospitals of Blue Mountain Health System have earned designation as certified primary stroke centers. Both Naden Hutton and Palmerton hospitals have demonstrated exceptional efforts to foster better outcomes for their stroke patients. When it comes to treating stroke, you're in good hands with the doctors and therapists of Blue Mountain Health System.
Well, tonight's game is brought to you by Blue Mountain Hospital, Naden Hutton and Palmerton campuses just better. And we get ready to start the second quarter here in this District 11 AA semifinal game.
Jacob Tashler warming up there. Brody Bowler holding for him. Nice shot by the crew down there.
So winner of this will face Mono Area or Schuylkill Haven for the district championship.
Haven is up 14-0.
Next weekend, right on cue.
That is compliments of Matt Davis, Coach Matt Davis. Just texted me that. Another hard count.
Palmerton had the ball for 7 minutes and 58 seconds in the first quarter.
Neutral zone infraction, defense, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
There's another penalty on Minersville. We've been saying that's been killer.
Palmerton 18 plays to Minersville's 6 in the first quarter. 133 total yards for the Bombers, just 18 for Minersville, who was hurt a lot by penalties in that first quarter.
100 yards passing for Percy, too. 6 of 7. Spread it out to 4 different receivers.
Third down, and they're not going to get it. Stasko was met at the line of scrimmage.
He's going to lose 4 yards, actually, on that, based on that spot. 3 yards.
Kenny Yerkonis was in on the stop along with John Kristen for Minersville. And looks like 4-down territory here for Palmerton. They have it at the 40 or 34, beg your pardon, 29-yard line. And it looks like they've got to get to about the 25, 24.
Yeah, I don't even think they even entertain the idea of punting here. Well, Percy is their punter, so they can always change that at the last minute, but this is too close for that. Timeout by Coach Koviak.
Timeout, Palmerton.
I mentioned Minersville, obviously a coal region team, and their coach was a coal region guy, Damian Buggy, a 2003 Mount Carmel graduate, and he was a member of the 2000 and 2002 Mount Carmel state championship teams. Took over this year for Pat Mason, who was the head coach at Minersville the last 13 years before this one.
Yeah, Pat Mason, a great guy. I actually texted him, got some information from him yesterday. Had nothing but good things to say about these kids here from Minersville, and he's coaching with Schuylkill Haven right now. He's an assistant there.
And Chris Wakowiak, sixth year here at Palmerton. He took over from the guy standing right behind me, Paul McCardle. He was your defensive coordinator.
Yes, he was, yep, for 5 years.
So Palmerton 7 first downs. Minersville has 0 first downs so far as we're into the second quarter here. Pershey flanked by Stasko in the backfield. Pershey's going to roll right. Little shovel pass. Stasko is not going to get there. Nice job by the Minersville defense getting on that, and Palmerton will turn it over on downs.
It's a heck of a tackle by 74-year Kunis. In our opinion, we were talking about voting for him in first team all-league. He was one of the better D tackles in the league that we saw all year.
Yeah, nice job there, staying home and making the tackle. And so Minersville will get the ball back on downs.
Seems like that Minersville defense, once Palmerton's gotten down, maybe in the red zone or just outside, they kind of stiffen up a little bit. A couple big plays by the guys on the line, and then getting the stop there.
Looks like Taylor's still out.
I think he just came in. I think he's the left slot here. Or no, you're right. You're right.
They're going deep downfield, and the receiver falls down. No flags. That was intended for Brandon Tryon.
Pass intended for 24, Hummel.
Beg your pardon. That's 24. Billy Hummel was deep on that. As you see, Fichetti, just a straight drop. Had to get rid of it in a hurry. And Mooney on the defense there. So Fichetti turn, inside handoff. This is Beach, and Beach is stood up right around the 30-yard line. Jordan Nelson in on the hit, along with Jared Rogers.
Mooney on the stop. Gain of about 3. That'll bring up 3rd and 7.
So 3rd down long here for Minersville. As you see, Beach gets it. And that was Mooney there, standing him up. So 3rd down and about 7 for the Miners. Fichetti under center. Fichetti is going to hand it off. It's Shane Hoffman, and Hoffman gets some positive yards, but he's going to come up a few yards short of a 1st down.
And the Miners are now faced with 4th and about 3. It appears as if they will punt. Mikey Stasko, 26, goes deep.
So Minersville forced to punt here.
Hey, move down. Back up, please. Turn around.
And
they got a safe return on there.
Looked like Hoffman on the punt there, and Stasko's going to let it go, and Minersville finally can pin Palmerton back at about the 20-yard line. So nice punt there.
And the Bombers will start 1st and 10
by
from their own 20.
Hoffman. And Palmerton will take over on offense once again, leading 12-0 with 9:34 left in the 1st half.
So far, I'd say this has been about what we've expected. I mean, Palmerton's offense able to move the ball pretty well, and Minersville, kind of struggling offensively to move it or to pick up any 1st downs, which really what that offense needs is just some kind of ball control. But their defense looks pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what we were saying. They were hoping that their offense would be their defense, but they haven't really chunked any yardage to keep Palmerton's offense off the field. But here, right on cue, they have been playing well.
Pershey in all kinds of trouble.
Kunis in on that again. He's tough. He's tough. We kind of told the kids about him all week long. Got to get a body on him.
Chistikov was in there on the hit. There's Jurkonis.
Loss of about 10 on that play, and that'll bring up 2nd and 20.
Yeah, he's disruptive in there. I mean, that's what you can say about him.
2nd and 20, perfect time for one of these, one of Palmerton's many screen passes that they throw. They'll throw screens and shovel passes. And
2nd down long, and it's a handoff, and Stasko's taken down. He might have got a yard on the carry. Again, a nice job, Jurkonis, 6 foot, 215-pound junior. Minersville, looking at their roster, they have a fair amount of young players, juniors, sophomores that play.
You know, this is a team that was 1-9 just a year ago to turn around and go 5-5. I mean, you look at the teams they beat. They played Shenandoah twice. That's 2 of their wins. Panther Valley, Monomoy, and Marion, kind of the upset. Looking at their schedule, but to go 5-5, some promise here for Minersville.
Pershing fires incomplete. Yeah, and Coach Buggy said that the Marion win, obviously for them, that was a signature win for their program this season.
We're going to see Palmerton punt for the first time in the game here.
Yeah, Minersville, they not only pin them deep with a punt, the defense moves Palmerton back another 9-10 yards. So, that's the defense being the best defense right there.
So Pershing will punt.
That's a good line, Lou. I like that.
Tryon back deep. Pershing gets away the kick, and it's going to take a Palmerton bounce and won't quite make it to midfield. Dies around the 47-yard line.
Good spot.
Pershing, we all talk about his quarterback skills, but he's played defense when they need him. They try to save him, but he's also an outstanding punter. Last week, 2 punts over 50 yards that were really big against Northern Lehigh.
And he's a threat to just pull it and run, too, which is something that's nice to have from your punter.
Yep, he has. Yeah, anytime your punter is your starting quarterback. Much like we did with his cousin, Matt Falcone here. Same number. A lot of similarities between those two.
They look the same. They remind me. I was actually thinking that before.
Matt's in attendance tonight for the playoff game here.
Beach taken down. Looks like Nelson was in there on the tackle, along with Reese Heine.
The master of deception, Matt Falcone.
Saw him a few months ago, and I tell you what, one of the nicest kids, well, a young man now, I guess you could say, one of the nicest young men you ever meet. Super nice guy.
Absolutely.
Wonderful football player. He was an all-state punter back in the day, but he did a little bit of everything for you, Paul.
Absolutely, yeah. And Temple ended up recruiting him whenever they saw his defensive film. They initially balked at him as a quarterback, and then they saw his film on D, and that's how all around he was.
So timeout, Palmerton. Funny story, he said they played Penn State one of his college games, and said he was going down on a punt or something, and Navarro Bowman just hit him. He said he flew about 5 yards, opened his eyes, and kind of wondered where he was. He's kind of his welcome to college football moment. We got a good laugh out of that. He's doing very well for himself these days.
Yeah, he is. He's living in New York City, working in New York City. And based on his Facebook post, he's living the dream. He's everywhere all over the world.
So there you see Pershing.
You think he had any advice for Pershing tonight coming into the playoffs?
I'm sure he did. Pershing's in his mold too. Great kid, great student.
I never knew they were related.
Yeah, their moms are sisters. Their moms were Wargos initially. Yep. Terry and Thomasine.
We got a little history, a little Palmerton history.
That's
what I'm here for, right?
That's a big Palmerton basketball name.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Grandfather was a head coach here. Tom Wargo.
Hoffman right edge, and looks like he'll gain about 5 or 6.
Minersville's picked up a little bit of momentum here, but mostly based on their defensive play.
And credit their defense for finally getting their offense in a position where they don't have to go the length of the field.
And the Miners are faced with 3rd and about 4.
Well, Minersville, after losing to Haven, their last 3 games, they allowed 7, 7, and 6 points. So their defense has been pretty good this year, especially late in the season. This is a team that started out 1-4. Coach Buggy said they could have They could have rolled over right there, but he credits the kids for rallying and keeping it going and ended up with a strong finish to the season. Here's a handoff up the middle. Nicholas Savage has some room, and he rumbles for a first down. That's the first down for the Miners tonight.
Just got an update. Haven 21-0 at the half versus Monoy. So going pretty much like the first game.
We'll talk about a team that runs the football, Schuylkill Haven. I think we saw them against Lehighton, Lou, and I don't think they threw the ball one time.
Now the Callions coming over from Blue
down,
Mountain. That was a big addition for Schuylkill Haven this year.
They were down, put 14 points in that game, and they just continued to run the football. Here's a handoff. Nicholas Savage pushing the pile. Gets a couple yards.
Gain about 4, and that'll bring up 2nd and 6.
So second down, Minersville. At the 32, 27-yard line. I was used to being on the sideline with you calling the game. This is the first time I've been in the booth for quite some time.
Yeah, especially for a game that counts. Getting
my numbers mixed up. And here's Nicholas Savage, and he is met immediately.
Kyle Kralik shooting through the line there.
Kralik. We talked to a Palmerton fan coming up here with the pronunciation guide.
We were politely scolded before the game as to how to pronounce.
And we didn't even pronounce it wrong before that.
You know, and I should know that. I've had him in class, and I coached his older brother, Kane. So that's my bad there.
Yeah, Kralik, nice job shooting through there, making the stop, setting up a third down and long now for Minersville. And it looks like they're going to get a timeout. Timeout here. I think that's a smart move. You know, down by 12, a third down and long for Minersville. You obviously want to do something here to try to get back in this football game.
Probably in 4-down territory, so he's probably telling them right now we don't have to get it all right now.
Do they have to get points on this drive, I think, is the big question. I kind of think, yes, Minersville's got to score to stay in this game right now. And especially the way Palmerton's offense can just go anytime. You know they're not done scoring at 12. Even though Minersville's defense has been picking it up, you kind of think if they're going to get down this far, they got to get some kind of points out of it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Minersville, the other side of that, Minersville gets the ball to start the second half, so they can slow down, take some clock here. Potentially could be looking at a situation where they could tie the game to start the second half if they could get it in the end zone here. But it's a third down and about 8. Fichetti under center. He's going to roll to his left. Looking that way, floats it up downfield, and it is incomplete.
That's really nice coverage there by Aaron Stasko.
Looking for Shane Hoffman. Yeah, Stasko was all over that.
Yeah, you see on the replay here, he runs body to body with them. Hip to hip, as we tell the kids, and just real nice coverage there. Never had a chance to catch that.
So now it'll bring up 4th down and long for Minersville. Fichetti only threw the ball 77 times coming into this game. 36% completion rate. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the year. Now he takes it from the shotgun, rolling left again. Plants his feet, floats one up, and it's too strong. Looking for Bryce Ellinger. Downfield coverage by Stasko. It's Mike Stasko on the coverage. And that'll turn the ball over on downs. That's a real killer there for Minersville. Looked like they had something going offensively.
He had some options here. Hostler also looked like he had a step. Just not quite able to connect.
Just a little too strong on the throw there.
Yeah, I thought for sure on that 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8 there, they would go maybe a run play at least to make it more manageable instead of doing something twice in a row that they're not very comfortable with. But, you know, we can always second guess up here. It's tougher down there.
Spoken like a coach that's heard the second guessing from up here.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Pergy takes the snap, turns, flips it out. Stasko, not a lot of room, little stutter step, and gets out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. I think Stasko made a little something out of not much right there.
On the stop.
So they'll bring up second down at about 3.
About 2. And the ball's on the 30.
Yeah, nice little move coming up here, just with his hips a little bit, just to freeze the defender right there. And may have got a little assist from a little block in the back there, but it's not a block in the back if they don't call it.
Almost looked like a flop, but he probably did. Here's Pershey, but threw him up the middle. Garrett Pershey across midfield, down to the 46-yard line. 17-yard gain by Pershey.
He goes north-south. There's nothing, no cut here. You know, we saw Stasko freeze a guy to play before. You're not going to see that from Pershey.
And Pershey's a load, though, 6'2", 200 for a quarterback.
Yeah,
that's very big for a high school quarterback.
Absolutely, and one of the best squatters on the team, you know, in the weight room, according to Coach Koviak.
Here's Stasko, and Stasko, nothing doing there. Facchetti was in there along with Beach for Minersville.
Speaking of tough quarterback play there, that's a nice play by Facchetti. You don't see the combination of quarterback, DN/outside linebacker too often.
It's a couple times we've called his name tonight on the defensive side of the ball. Palmerton now with the second down and 11 with 3:49 and ticking here in the first half. Pershey, Stasko. It's a fake to Stasko. Pershey looking downfield. Pershey in trouble, and Pershey goes down. That's number 50, John Kristen, with the sack for the Miners. So again, the Minersville defense coming up big when they need a big play.
Yet another underclassman here, and this is just this might be a coverage sack here. You know, anytime you have that kind of time and you get a sack, you know, it's good coverage downfield.
Yeah, he had.
That's the third sack of the game for Minersville too. I mean, that defensive front really getting some things done, and like you guys are saying here, not giving Pershey a lot of time.
So third down and 17. Pershey, little pump fake. Now they're going to set up the screen to Stasko. Stasko wrapped up and gets out of it. Still on his feet. Stasko gets down, and he's going to break free. Mike Stasko is going to go. What a run. 51 yards on the hookup, and that was all Mike Stasko.
You know, I was going to be critical of him there at first because he misread the block, but he made it work, man. He's just he's a guy that can take it.
I thought right here he could have cut it up inside, yeah.
Yeah, Austin Frank did a nice job blocking there. But look at these guys getting downfield. There's Jerry Zielinski again downfield.
Looked like Beach had a good shot at him there, but just kind of gave him a little forearm shimmer.
Yep.
And that's 5 catches for 109 yards for Stasko. Had the 35-yarder to start, and then a 51 there.
Going for 2 again. They're chasing those 2 points, and again it's knocked down. So 18-0 now with 2:47 left in the half. And what a killer for Minersville. They're going down. It looked like they had a good chance to score. They can't convert on a 4th and long, and then Palmerton comes right back there on a play. It looked like Stasko was going to get wrapped up after a minimal game, and just shows the type of player he is, though, in space.
Yeah, I mean, cutting across the field. This isn't textbook by any means. This is just skill, right?
Yep. Yeah, well, he's the school's all-time leading touchdown scorer, and that doesn't happen by accident. Never giving up on the play there and just having great field vision there.
So 2 touchdown passes now for Pershey. Pershey also ran one in from 6 yards out. So he's had a hand at all 3, and Palmerton up 18-0, kicking off to Minersville with under 3 minutes to go here in the first half.
We just had a nice shot there of Jacob Martinez, a sophomore, Palmerton, carrying the flag, and that's pretty impressive that he's running with it, considering he competed in the state championships today in cross country.
Still running. A lot of energy.
He is, yes, indeed.
Those kids those runners, they never run out of energy. They just keep going. As Tasher set to kick off. And I believe that's Tryon back for Minersville. It's going to be a short one again, and it's taken by one of the up guys.
Big hit by Kyle Kralik there.
Josh Hawley picked it up for Minersville, and Miners pretty good field position here, about the 42-yard line.
The way she had it written on the pronunciation key was Kralik, K-R-A-W.
Old habits are hard to break.
Yeah, not Kralik with the Y. You were somewhere in the middle, Eric. You're getting there.
Hopefully by the fourth
She's
quarter.
sitting right
you'll
down in front of us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
If you want, we'll bring her up here at halftime. She can lecture you at halftime like she did with us before the game. To Minersville ball. Ficchetti now back in the shotgun, and he's going to throw on first down. And he's going to get flushed out of the pocket, and now he's going to run. Ficchetti has some room and gains about 6 yards for Minersville.
And picks up some yardage, about 7.
That's one thing that Coach Wakowiak said. You know, obviously, with a quarterback, you got to worry about him throwing the ball, but he was a little more worried about Ficchetti's legs, you know, getting in space, things he could do to hurt them running the football. And you got to see a little bit there of what he can do. As now he's going to throw it, and it's outside, incomplete, looking for Ellinger. And Aaron Stasko on the coverage.
Reese Heine applying the pressure yet again there. He's right in Ficchetti's face and made him throw it a little bit quicker and less accurate than he wanted to.
That's 5 pass attempts now for Ficchetti without a completion. So you wonder if you want to get him maybe some short throws. I'm guessing there's no screens in this offense where you can just throw something quick, but they got to get him something easy just to give him some confidence.
He'll be under center now. It's third and about, looks like a long 4. Turn, handed off, and stuffed at the line, and not going to get there.
Number 50, John Isles.
Got about half of it, so we're going to be looking at a 4th and 2, long 1, short 2.
He crossed midfield, which
it's about 1 yard. Nicholas Savage gained 3 there.
They're on the 51-yard line, as Chris Hoffner next to us used to say here all the time. He's calling the game still after all these years.
Isles was one of the guys in on the stop. Minersville's going to go for it. And they're going to throw it. And under pressure, Ficchetti, and he's going to be sacked for a big loss. That's going to give Palmerton great field position here late in the first half.
Jordan Nelson put the initial pressure on there. He shot out of, he looked like a bullet out of a gun there. He made him turn around, and I don't know who got the sack. I guess we'll see here in a minute. There's Nelson coming.
I don't think anybody in this facility thought Minersville was going to throw the ball on 4th and 1. And I think that might have been what Coach Buggy was looking for, to kind of catch Palmerton off guard. But it did not happen.
That was Kyle Kralik with the sack. I got it that time.
Excellent, excellent.
Lou just gave me the thumbs up, so I'm good.
So Palmerton on the 39-yard line. And Pergie pitches to Mike Stasko, fresh off that great run off the screen, and here he goes again. Mike Stasko, 39 yards. Palmerton with the 4th touchdown here late in the first half.
Bombers got a player down here behind the play. But yeah, hey, that's an example we said about Stasko being able to accelerate instantly. You see when he breaks the last tackle here and he just bursts.
He's got a little Lev Bell in him there. Little
right
patience.
Here.
Waited for his blocks.
Number 26. Now he let that get set up, and they got a couple nice seals there on the edge, and that was it. I mean, he did the rest. 2 touches. 2 touches. He goes 90 yards for 2 touchdowns on the last 2 times he's touched the football. And that's pretty much the definition of explosive right there.
Yeah, that was a nice job there, waiting, as you see it here from the other side. Just patience, waits for the hole to open up, and then runs through a would-be tackler and forget about it.
You love to see a kid like Stasko do well. From talking to Coach Wakowiak, he's one of their hardest workers in the weight room. Not very vocal. He's a quiet kid, but just leads by example, and those are the kind of results you get when you're like that.
Attending to an injured player on the field, so let's step away with Palmerton leading 24-0 and going for a conversion here on the other side.
Beat the rush and save early during the Lazy Boy Black Friday sale. On now at Hager Furniture. Get the best prices of the season on a huge selection of Lazy Boy styles. Leather recliners starting at just $649. Motion sofas from only $849. Prices this good won't last long, so shop early and save big. Pay no interest for 1 year. Hurry in to the Lazy Boy Black Friday sale. On now at Hager Furniture.
John Isles was the injured Bomber, the offensive tackle. He was able to walk off the field without assistance, so hopefully we'll see him back in the game. Looks like he was just shaken up a little bit, standing on the sideline right now. And Palmerton, they want to get that too. They've scored 4 touchdowns. They're 0 for 3 on the, or they missed, they had the extra point blocked, and they went for 2 the second 2 times. And here they try it again, and this time Pergie's going to get it. Pergie's going to pretty much walk in for the 2-point conversion, and that makes it 26-0.
I don't think it's a confidence issue in Tashler. I talked to Coach. They like the way he kicks. I think their protection hasn't been very good on their extra points.
Yeah, because you look, if you're trying to get to 35, it doesn't. The two doesn't matter.
Yep.
They still need 2 more scores either way.
So 26-0, as the Bombers have scored just over a minute apart. It's a minute 31 seconds apart. Touchdowns here on the clock for Palmerton, and broken this one open here in the second quarter, 26-0. And I have not seen Keandre Taylor since he was injured attempting a catch early in the game.
Yeah, I saw they were tending to him on the bench earlier, and I cannot locate him now, so he might be in street clothes.
It didn't look bad, but he down on his arm, and you can only speculate on. Here is the kick taken by Shane Hoffman.
Ellinger on the return. Cole George 20 on the stop.
And he looks like he got up a little gingerly there too as he just walks off the field.
Yeah, number 10 Hoffman comes off.
The last game here on the natural surface. Next year they're slated to get a all-weather track and turf stadium put in here. I was thinking of maybe taking a handful of grass with me after the game today, just for some memory's sake.
Ficchetti is in the shotgun. He's looking to pass again. Looking down. Now he's going to run it. He's going to get to the outside and stiff arm, and he gains about 3 before he's pushed out of bounds.
Nice job by Aaron Stasko staying home there. He was ready for the cutback to push him out of bounds.
That's a couple times where the play's broken down, or even that sack to end the last series for Minersville, where you see Palmerton really doing a good job of keeping their contained. They're not over pursuing the Minersville, not really giving them anything that they can break anything big with.
Austin Frank doing a nice job there, taking on 2 blockers to kind of flush them. Those unseen things there from the lineman.
So second down and about 7. Ficchetti rolling right. Ficchetti looking downfield, puts it up, and pass interference. So we're going to get Mike Eckhart on pass interference. Pass was intended for Brennan Chapman. And it looked like Chapman and Ficchetti weren't on the same page, but that might have had something to do with a hold there defensively.
Let's go.
Personal foul.
It's a pass interference and a roughing the passer.
Pass interference, personal foul, roughing the passer against Palmerton.
This is going to be the biggest play of the night for Minersville.
Yeah, you just get the sense Minersville, especially with Taylor out, just doesn't have that kid that can take it the distance right now. So they're going to need stuff like this here to help them out a little bit.
So Minersville's going to get a big chunk of yardage here on.
I think they look like they said they declined the pass interference. Like maybe you can only take one of those penalties. They don't get lumped together.
Yeah, unless one of them's a dead ball foul.
So they'll take the personal foul. They have it at the 38-yard line. Fichetti back to pass again. Here comes Mooney. Mooney's got him, and Mooney's sticking with them, and they're going to call it in the grasp. A little bit of a quick whistle there.
Yeah, I mean, Fichetti was still able to get that ball away.
He was spinning as they blew the whistle. Yeah. But look at Mooney coming right up untouched.
That was a screenplay. That was a screenplay that just didn't work, I think.
And the lineman caught it. That was Noah Primo. Nice grab there by number 61.
Yeah, I'm sure he hasn't seen too many balls thrown his way in his football career.
Good hands, though. Maybe he should.
You'd maybe use him like a J.J. Watt or something. 5'11", 240 pounds. That screams receiver to me.
Get on Terry Poe, maybe more so. I think he used him at the goal line for passing.
So you kind of see it here, Minersville, they have to throw because they're down 26-0. And if you're Coach Makowiak, you have to like this. You kind of taking them out of their comfort zone. You know, 3 yards in a cloud of dust isn't going to get you a whole lot right now when you're down so big. Let's see if they can break one here. And here they're going to set up the screen coming back this way. Oh, what a stick by Mooney. Wow.
Yeah, I was going to say on the last play when he spun that quarterback around there, I said it was going to look like one of his wrestling moves, and that certainly looked like a takedown there.
Mick LaSavage, 5'10", 185, not a small guy himself, but check this out.
Yeah, this is textbook.
Oh, Russ not? Is that enough to get him on the team?
I mean, that's a big time play right there for Mooney. You mentioned one of the better defensive players for Palmerton. Minersville finally completes a pass, and it goes for -2 yards.
And that was a perfect form tackle, too. I mean, he just drove him into the ground. Nice play. And that'll do it for the first half. It was virtually all Palmerton in the first half. And on the Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard, Bombers halfway home, leading Minersville 26-0.
What makes Sioka America's #1 certified pre-owned Subaru dealer? In a word, everything. Shop the country's largest certified pre-owned inventory with all the features you want in a new car, plus a complete inspection and 100,000-mile warranty, but priced thousands less than new. See how easy it is to find the perfect pre-owned vehicle when you visit our brand new state-of-the-art showroom. That's all-wheel drive confidence for less. Sioka Subaru on Hamilton Boulevard in Allentown.
It's just common sense. Buying direct from Mattress Fair's husband and wife owners gets you your best deal. Like the Sealy Posturepedic rated best for couples, best for hot sleepers. Also, your choice, firm, plush, or pillow top, just $5.99 for both pieces. It's simply a better experience. No high-pressure salespeople, no games. Deal directly with the owners who have a lifetime of know-how. Plus, always get free delivery and removal, free 0% interest, and our comfort guarantee. Come by, leave happy. Your local Mattress Fair store.
From top to bottom, your home is your sanctuary. Make it uniquely yours with beautiful home decor from Flint Face Woodshop. Handcrafted in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania. Find your peace at flintfacewoodshop.com.
So, what's so special about an Advantage pre-owned vehicle from Abelhoff? Where do we begin? How about a 100,000-mile warranty? Then add 2 years of routine maintenance, PA state inspections for life, and finance options no matter what your credit. Plus, computer-driven market-based pricing so you always get your best deal. And oh yeah, lots and lots of cars to choose from. That's new car confidence at a used car price. The Abelhoff dealerships, with 3 locations in Stroudsburg and Bartonsville, and at abelhoff.com.
All arranged by Johnny Benson.
Our halftime entertainment is brought to you by Carbon County Music and More, your one-stop source for all things musical. 115 South 2nd Street in Lehighton, with everything from instruments and sheet music to strings and accessories. It's the small-town music store with big savings. And here is the Palmerton High School Marching Band.
Hi, I'm Becky Andrewchek, and I'm the drum major for Minersville Area Junior Senior High School Marching Band. Today we will be performing from Disney, so I hope you enjoy the show.
Blood doesn't grow on trees, people. That's why Miller Keystone Blood Center needs you. Donating blood is easy, quick, and painless. Come on, you know you've thought about it. Now's the time to come in and help people in our community. That's right, your donation helps save lives. So donate, because this doesn't exist.
From the first mile to the millionth, the Lehigh Valley's first Toyota dealer, Kraus Toyota, is here for you. The Kraus family name means a customer-focused facility to meet your needs, comfort, and convenience. And Toyota is synonymous with value, reliability, and Toyota Care, the 2-year no-cost maintenance plan standard with every new vehicle. Bring the whole family and shop at your convenience. From the first mile to the millionth. Since 1959, Kraus Toyota is here for you on Route 100 and I-78, Bryanixville.
Let Northern Lehigh Team Sales outfit your team. Our embroidery and silk screeners will customize your order with high quality and affordable clothing in all sizes. At Northern Lehigh Team Sales, our goal is complete customer satisfaction. We carry the latest performance wear options and accessories, including Under Armour apparel. Check out our extensive clothing line for your team on the field or in the business community. Visit NorthernLehighTeamSales.com and show your team spirit. Northern Lehigh Team Sales is not affiliated with Northern Lehigh Sporting Goods.
Experience Country Inn & Suites, close to home with beautifully remodeled rooms, perfect for your next getaway. Enjoy a complimentary hot breakfast and relax in our heated indoor pool, or work out in our fitness center. Your family pet is always welcome, and high-speed internet is always free. Our brand new meeting rooms are a great option for your next business conference. Country Inn & Suites on Interchange Road in Lehighton. Relax, the rest comes easy.
To share with you that the
Back here at Palmerton High School, where the Bombers lead Minersville 26-0 halftime in the District 11 AA championship game. We'll take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Lou, Paul, take it away.
Well, Palmerton got on the scoreboard first. It was Garrett Pergy finding Jordan Nelson. Nelson made a nice move there, a 15-yard touchdown. That put the Bombers on top 6-0. And then this is a great play by Pergy. Oh, this is one just flipping to Stasko. This was Stasko, kind of the first look we got at him being pretty electric.
Yeah,
this is a 35-yard hookup.
Those are your stat builders there. You know, you throw it 1 yard and you get credit for 35.
Yeah, that was and then Pergy finished off that drive with a short touchdown run, just showing some power and kind of plowing ahead. This is the play I was thinking of. Pergy to Eckhart here. Walk us through this one, Paul.
Oh, yeah, this is a great job here. Like I said, he extended the play, pointed Eckhart downfield, and big first down on that one, because they were probably going to be punting on the next play if they didn't get that.
And then we saw this. This one really broke it open. This was a 51-yard touchdown to Mike Stasko. That came on a 3rd down and long, and Stasko just busted it up. And then Stasko, kind of broke it as a big night for him with this touchdown run. This one went for 39 yards. Those were actually back-to-back offensive plays for Palmerton.
And those two scores, we were talking maybe being 12-0, 12-7 at halftime, and it went from 12-0, 12-7 to 26-0 at half.
In a hurry, and your halftime stats are brought to you by Penn Teledata. And here we go, guys.
Yeah, you see, you mentioned passing. Minersville didn't complete a pass till the last play of the first half there. It went for -2 yards, but it's been pretty balanced offensively for Palmerton. A couple big plays there. You see 155 yards passing and 78 rushing. So and a lot of that has gone to Stasko, who's done most of the damage, and penalties. I'm going to take a look at penalties there. The 5 for 45 for Minersville, that's really hurt what they've been trying to do.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like a whole lot, but a team that's their offense is meant to be 3-4 yards at a clip. When they're looking at 2nd and 20, it's just devastating to their offense.
Yeah, especially, even you look at time of possession, it's been pretty equal. But Palmerton, what they've been able to do when they've had the ball versus what Minersville's been able to do, just 28 yards of offense for Minersville, and you got to start giving some credit there to the Palmerton defense.
Minersville's defense played pretty well there too for a few spurts there in the second quarter. I think that's what kind of swayed the time of possession back more equal, because Palmerton really dominated the ball in the first quarter.
Yeah, and situationally, I think Minersville made some big plays where early on they kind of kept themselves in the game, and then it was just too much Stasko.
All right, that's your halftime stats and highlights, and the second half is right around the corner.
Ken & Company.
Your hair is my passion.
Great highlights are my specialty.
We are all about healthy hair. Nothing beats a good massage.
We treat all of our guests like family.
Hey curly hair ladies, I got you.
If these walls could talk. Ken & Company, go team.
Call me.
Pencor Hydraulics at 180 Pine Street in Aquashikla, just behind the Aquashikla Fire Company, is a full-service hydraulic hose shop. We stock all types of air, hydraulic, suction, and snowplow hoses, and all the related fittings. Our friendly staff will work with you and assemble your product while you wait. Next time you need a hydraulic hose or fitting, come check us out. Our inventory is huge and our prices are exceptional. We're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and look forward to doing business with you. Stop in or give us a call at 616-826-6000.
And back here at Palmerton, and some look at Garrett Pergy. It's really been the Pergy and Stasko show so far in this game.
Yeah, 155 yards passing, 2 touchdown passes, and then the rushing touchdown, 8 carries for 18 yards. He was sacked 3 times, and that hurts the stats there a little bit as Minersville was able to move him back. But Pergy kind of doing what he does in this game, making Palmerton offense go. Mike Stasko also with the big night there. You see 74 yards rushing, 99 yards receiving, has scored a touchdown. As we mentioned here, at the end of the half, he had the long touchdown catch, and then he also had the long touchdown run, which has broken this one open. So really, Palmerton offense, maybe it took a quarter and a half, but they're firing on all cylinders right now.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that. Looks like it's going to be a showdown with them and Haven next week. Haven 35-0, and that's what everybody was talking about heading into this bracket.
Now, you've seen both of those teams. How do they match up against each other? Because sometimes you just get caught up in the record and you say, oh, Haven, they're going to come in, they're 9-1, 10-1, and they're going to be favored. But this Palmerton offense has got to be tough for them.
It's definitely going to be interesting. If anybody can beat them, I think, in this bracket, obviously Palmerton with the weapons that they have. Haven is very, very good up front. It's going to be a situation where they're going to try to just chunk them, on the ground. Athletically, they have a kid, Preston Gehring, who kind of is similar to Stasko, not quite the numbers, but can score from anywhere on the field. But it's going to be a situation, I think, where they grind it out, up front. It's going to be the Haven's line versus the Palmerton skill kids, and it should be interesting.
Yeah, it's really a clash of styles. I mean, the Callions for Haven have both been good running the football. You kind of wonder, though, once they start seeing this speed and like you said, they don't really see a team with 4 receivers that can line up and go at you like that. And I don't know, there you get a look at the bracket. And, obviously Minersville has a chance here in the second half to come back. And, Monoid going into mercy rule, they're probably not coming back on Haven. And all signs point to this being, the 1 and 2 team going through.
A lot of us in the Panther Valley area are hoping that game is played in Lansford. We got a great stadium there. It's right in the middle. Each team would have about a half-hour ride. One of the better stadiums around.
I had heard Lehigh, but I think that's a little too close to Palmerton for the district's likings. I'm not obviously making these decisions,
especially with Haven being the top seed.
Panther Valley makes a lot more sense to me as far as a neutral field.
Unless they want to go turf. I mean, then, and sometimes that this is the first year that we're going to see it like this, where we're going to see these neutral site games. And are they going to go all on turf? Are they going to put some? Like a place like Panther Valley, a great venue for my favorite spot to watch high school football.
Then you have Blue Mountain, but Blue Mountain, if you hit Haven, I mean, you make a right and a left, and you're there. If you lose, you go Haven.
Yeah, Panther Valley's the spot, and with the way the grass is and the field is at PV, it's almost like turf.
And here is a kick, and it's going to be covered by Tryon. Heads-up play there by Tryon. A lot of times you see kids kind of don't go after that hard. He realized they had better get on that.
That's when you know things are going your way there, when that ball sat the way it did there. Looked like one of your golf shots there, Mark, right around the tee. Just sat right down. Before the elbow injury.
No, he actually got better after the elbow injury. That's the thing about it.
I stopped swinging so hard and actually started hitting the ball better than I had all year. But, yeah, Mark McKeon, Big Game Lee Rustock, the coach Paul McCardo up here tonight in the booth. Paul Valchuk is doing some stats for us. Hope you're enjoying this one in this District 11 AA semifinal matchup. As we got a handoff and stacked up at the line is Mikla Savage. Bryce Mikla Savage came into the game with 480 yards rushing on the year, 3 touchdowns, and Minersville has been without its main weapon for virtually the entire game. Keandre Taylor was injured on Minersville's first drive on attempting to make a reception near the sideline, and he has not come back. So that obviously has not helped out the Miners' cause here, trailing by 26. And here's a handoff to Hoffman. Hoffman trying to get outside, and he will, but he's going to get stopped short of a first down out around the 25-yard line, maybe a little short.
Looks like Minersville is going to come back to their original game plan here. Try to get a couple first downs, just get something going instead of throwing the ball around and doing things they're not comfortable with.
What's the philosophy coming out of the locker room, Paul, when you're not built to come back from the same points and throw the ball? Do you go back to the original game plan? Or?
Absolutely, yeah. At this point, you say, hey, let's do what we do best. Let's get a score on the board and take it from there. But
3rd and 2, handoff, and I don't think he got it. I think that's Mikla Savage again. I think he's going to be about it. Yeah, it looks like they're going to spot him just short.
Hoffman with that 7-yard run on 2nd down. This is how much of a struggle it's been for Minersville. That was their 2nd longest play from scrimmage. There was a 10-yard run earlier by Fichetti, but just not able to get anything going, really.
Hoffman to punt. Stasko back deep around the 50-yard line. And it's a high snap. Hoffman has it, punts away. It's a pretty good kick. It's going to take a Minersville bounce out of bounds, and Palmerton will have good field position at its own 46-yard line.
6-yard line.
Had to be a pretty good trip in the locker room for Palmerton. What do you think Coach Wachowiak was saying to his guys just to try to keep everything rolling here in the second half?
Well, he's got to tell them that Minersville is playing their last game here, so you can't, give up on them. You can't assume the win. They're going to come out, do everything they can, and they got to come out here and get to that 35. That makes a big difference when you can get that clock rolling. That just shortens the game up incredibly.
So Pershing now in the pistol. Stasko right behind him. Pershing's going to turn, flip it to Stasko. We'll call it a pass. Stasko's got the corner, and he's going to get bumped out of bounds. Heffron
that one's going to go in the books as a run. I think it was a
I think that
backwards
was a run.
pass, lateral.
You guys going to overrule me there?
Yeah, I think you're over. We were looking right down the line. Yeah, that's definitely backwards from where he threw it.
We'll call it a run.
And that's been Palmerton's run game a lot. You mentioned about Stasko's rushing numbers being down a little bit this year, but the little swing passes, the shovel passes, the screen passes have been their version of his run game with the new inexperienced line this year.
And here's Pershing looking downfield. He's got a man, and it is incomplete, looking for Aaron Stasko. And, Stasko, 1339 all-purpose yards coming into this game. And I think you give it up the rushing yards. You're doing that, as you just said, Paul, to kind of you gain that all back, catching the ball and getting them in space.
Palmerton went with 4 verticals here. You see all the receivers on their landmarks there, and they just didn't come up with the pass there.
So Stasko couldn't haul it in. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. And Pershing's going to keep it. Pershing's going to stay on his feet. Pershing's got a first down and more. Pershing down to the 35-yard line. 18 yards on the carry for Garrett Pershing on a 3rd down and 10.
That's a backbreaker. Minersville looking like they're going to force him into a punt. 3rd and 10, they don't even throw the ball. They run, and Pershing doesn't avoid any contact. Fixes his face mask halfway through the run.
He really is like a fullback playing quarterback, and he handles the ball so well. I mean, just 3 incompletions so far.
You've seen the rifle he has, 2 throwing the ball. So 1st and 10 from the 35, and this will be Stasko. Almost broke another one. Just lost his footing and couldn't stay upright, or he would have been gone again.
Bring up second and a long 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure if even anybody got him. I think it just kind of tripped up a little bit, and that's pretty much the only thing that's been able to stop Mike Stasko tonight. The ground right there.
Too fast.
Mike Stasko is the only way to stop Mike Stasko. Second down and short. Pershie in the pistol. We got trips left. Pershie looking that way. He's got Eckhart out there, and Eckhart's going to get inside the 20 for a first down.
Mike Eckhart was another guy some of the seniors mentioned as an underclassman that really stepped up this year. Heck of an athlete, I know, in track, a real good triple jumper, and a nice alternative option to some of our senior skill guys. I think Michael's a junior this year.
First and 10, 19-yard line. Pershie looking right, flips it out. Stasko, and nice open field tackle made there by Minersville. That is Gabriel Kewen. And take a look at this. Not a lot of guys are going to take Mikey Stasko down, but nice got the leg there and took him down, setting up a second down and long. This will be about 13 yards for Palmerton as the ball's back at the 22. And Pershie has the play. He's got 2 receivers out to the right, 2 split to the left. He's going to fake the handoff, take it up the middle. Pershie running guys over down close to the 10-yard line.
That's a big collision there. Pershie just lowered his head and going at it.
A collision that Pershie initiated.
Yeah, there's where squatting over 400 pounds comes in handy.
Wow. So third down and a couple here for Palmerton. And Pershie takes the hard count again, and for the third time tonight, Jake Pershie's going to get Minersville to jump.
Encroachment defense. It's 5-yard penalty. Results in a first down.
That's the third first down Pershie's gotten without having to snap the football.
Yeah, that's just discipline, leadership.
And you got to give some credit to the lineman for knowing the quarterback and just holding still.
Yeah, that's not easy. You're getting that hard count barked at you, and the other guys across from you jumping, and you're still staying still.
I think the line's really been the key for Palmerton this year, gelling throughout the season. I think early in the season, Palmerton started 0-3, and you open with teams like Northwestern, Southern Lehigh, and Saukett Valley. That can happen. But here's Stasko on the edge, and stopped, and he will not get in.
Stasko takes the pitch, scoots around the left side.
Looks like he got back to about the line of scrimmage there, about the 3.
Yeah, and you look at that line, like we said, a lot of first-year guys. I wanted to mention Jared Rogers. Coach Wakowiak, that was the first name he said when we talked about guys that developed this year. And he said both sides of the ball. He's come maybe their best lineman.
Yeah, he was second coming in with 4 sacks on the defensive side of the ball.
6'1", 195-pound senior. And a run here up the middle by Stasko. Nothing doing again, so that'll bring up a third down for the Bombers. Trying to extend the lead here.
And that'll bring up third and goal from the 3.
As Pershie gets the play from the sideline.
This is where, against Haven, I think it'll be tough for Palmerton when they're down close to not have the power kind of to get in from here. We'll see what they go with against Minersville here.
It's going to be Pershie. Pershie is not going to get there. Stood up by a host of minors. Several guys in there. Heffron was one of them. Billy Hummel there at the bottom of the pile. Kewen. Let's see, it was 35. Chistikov was the first one there to make contact. So fourth down and goal. Palmerton will go for it. And you see if they run. Minersville, tell you what, they've done a nice job here. Backs against the wall, holding Palmerton three downs. And now Pershey's going to throw. He's got a man, and it's caught for the touchdown.
Oh, that one's going to come back. Palmerton got a lineman downfield there.
It was Eckhart on the reception, and we'll see about the flag. Yep.
That was Jerry Zielinski. He was ready for the touchdown celebration there. I looked at him. I thought, man, is he open? And I realized it was a lineman.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
And the fireworks, the gun gets jumped a little bit there. We love the guys across the street.
The Bombers in a bunch formation on that play for the first time
Ineligible
tonight.
downfield. One blue. It's a 5-yard penalty, previous spot. 4th down.
So 4th down now at 8 for Palmerton. And, oh, yeah.
It's so hard when you're that close. There's no one in the block.
The obvious play here is what? Pershey up the middle, 4th and 8. And we're going to get a timeout. Timeout Palmerton.
You'd think they look like they're in that same bunch formation. Maybe we go back to that play again and just try to hold everybody closer to the line. It looked pretty similar to the first touchdown from Nelson. We're just rolling and kind of throw back across the field a little bit. Get somebody on that back side.
Mike Falcone calls the offense. He's in there. Letting them know the play. And his Bombers back on the field.
Mark, you mentioned the fireworks across the street. This is actually the 10th year that they've been doing that. The Solt family started that back in 2007. Justin Peterson's girlfriend at the time, that's her parents, and they got married 2 years ago, so that's his in-laws now, but they've been doing that now for 10 years.
Is that Shay? Is that Shay Solt?
They'd be cousin. That would be, they're related, yep.
Okay.
Dropping all the Palmerton knowledge.
Oh, yeah, yep. Well, I was prepared if we went to like a mercy rule type situation with a lot of filler information, so I got lots more where that came from.
4th down and goal from the 8. Pershey pitches. That's going to be a fumble. Stasko's just going to fall on it, and Minersville will take over on downs.
That's a nice stop for Minersville there.
You know, credit Minersville's kids there. I mean, you're down 26-0. Just like Coach said earlier in the season, they could have rolled over, but they stood up right there. They did a nice job defensively. They kept Palmerton out. You love to see that. You know, no quit in the Miners right now.
Yeah, and it was well defended. I think even if they had a clean pitch there, I think Stasko was going to have his hands full with 3 Miner defenders there.
So it is Minersville football. Hoffman in motion. This is a handoff and stood up. It's going to be Bryce Mikla-Savage.
Gain of about 3, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Or I believe that was Aaron Beach on the carry. Let's see here. Yes, Aaron Beach, number 1, 5'10", 200-pound junior. Beach and Taylor, both juniors, they'll be back, and we haven't seen much of Taylor, but dynamic player in his own right.
Absolutely, yeah, a lot of underclassmen on both sides of the ball for the Miners.
So 2nd down, 7. Ketty is going to hand it off, and stacked up again.
Mikla-Savage, the ball carrier, stopped on the interior of the Blue Bomber defense.
That looks like Hoffman got the carry
3rd and 7.
for Minersville, number 10. 5'11", 150-pound senior. And it'll be 3rd down and long for Minersville after that nice defensive effort there to keep Palmerton out of the end zone. The Miners desperately need a 1st down here to try to get back in this game, down 26-0. And Ketty's going to throw. He's got a short dump pass, and it's dropped. Nicely defended out there by Chris Fredericks.
Incomplete.
And that'll bring up 4th down.
For the Battle of Miners, Mikey Stasko, 26, goes back to receive a punt.
So Stasko back deep again. Hoffman will punt.
The punt.
With 2:28 left here in the 3rd quarter. It's a returnable kick. Stasko's got it at the 48. drops it, and then falls on it.
Stasko covers the punt. At the Minersville 47.
So Palmerton football again.
You know, guys, we just talking a little bit about Minersville, the resiliency they've shown throughout the year. Let's not forget Palmerton started the year with 3 straight losses. That a tough one in the opener, losing by a point to Northwestern, and then they get blown out by Southern Lehigh and Saucon. Really turned the season around from that point, and it started with a win at Penn Argyl, who's still alive in the playoffs, of the win over Tamaqua today, and really played well down the stretch. Palmerton blew them out 40-6. That really got the Bombers going on the run that they're on right now.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Lou. We've been talking about Minersville from that aspect, but you're right. And I was up at that Penn Argyl game, and that was a situation where they showcased their firepower. They were scoring instantly and often against a great team.
There's a flip out to Eckhart, and Eckhart's going to get down inside the 35-yard line, first down for Palmerton. And I think, Lou, that week 4, when Palmerton went to Penn Argyl and won 40-6, that was about when you and I started to realize that we didn't know what was going to happen in the Colonial League every week.
Yeah, that was one of them.
Because look at what Penn Argyl's done since then. It's just been a real crazy year. In Northwestern beat Saucon Valley at one point, when it looked like Saucon Valley was the team. They actually were the team. They were league champs. It was just really just a weird year in the Colonial League.
Yeah, everybody was talking about Notre Dame. They've been beaten twice.
And here's Mikey Stasko. I think it was a combination of you really didn't have that one truly dominant team, and you had a lot of good teams.
Yep.
So you never quite knew what was going to happen week to week there down the stretch in the Colonial League.
Yeah, you're right. For years, the Colonial League had like a pecking order. There'd be one team that was 10-0, one that was 9-1, one that was 8-2, one that was 7-3, and they all beat the ones above them. But this year, there was a lot of parity.
Like when you were there last year in 2007, 2008, it was like you guys at Palisades were the two,
yep.
And then everybody else
Wilson
kind of
before
below.
us. And
Wilson, yep.
But this was the different. Yeah, Northern Lehigh obviously had several years as the team. Here's a pass downfield, and it's a catch by Eckhart inside the 10, down to about the 6-yard line.
That's a heck of a job by Pergy, staying in the pocket, calm there. He had pressure in his face, stepped up and put it right on Eckhart.
20. Well, they're going to mark it at about the
26 yards.
Well, if it's at the 6, it's 26 yards. It looks like they're going to mark it at the 7. 25 yards.
I gave it 26.
Stickler for detail.
So first and goal from the 7. The Palmerton knocking on the door again. They were just stopped, and here's Pergy. Pergy, touchdown.
That's a great play call. Last 2 times, there were 2 times down in the red zone, they ran speed option. This time they faked the speed option and ran a quarterback counter back the other way. Nice play call by Coach Wakowiak or Coach Falcone, whoever's calling it.
And there go the fireworks on cue as Pergy. I don't think he was even touched.
Nope.
Nice blocking out there on the edge. And he takes it in.
Yes, senior Chucky, the Birdman Burke, throwing a big block there on the goal line. I promised Chucky I would call him the Birdman on TV.
Percy 10 of 13 through the air for 188 yards.
Is there a story behind that nickname?
2 touchdowns.
Nope, at least I hope not. I hope.
Here's a pitch. Stasko, 2-point conversion is good.
Mikey Stasko crosses the goal line for the 2-point conversion. And the score,
34 to nothing with 40 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
Bunch formation again there, just simple bunch toss. And that missed extra point, keeping the mercy rule from going into effect here, 1 point away, but
there you get a good look at Mike Stasko, just converted that 2-point conversion.
Well, speaking of the Colonial League, they've had a pretty good run here in the playoffs. Teams in the Colonial League, we saw this afternoon Notre Dame Green Pond getting a win, Penn Argyl, Palisades getting a win, Saucon beating Pottsville last night, Southern Lehigh beating East Stroudsburg South. I think Northern Lehigh may have been the only team from the Colonial League to lose in the district playoffs so far. I mean,
and they lost to another Colonial League team, right?
Yeah,
they lost
exactly.
to Palisades.
They lost to Palisades.
Yeah, I used to say it all the time about the Colonial League that it had to be one of the best mid-sized leagues in the state, especially before the Catholic schools got infused into the playoffs there in Philly. There was a team either in the state final or one game away from the state final for like 7 straight years.
And taken down.
Yeah, those Philly teams have thrown everything out of whack, especially in the small Catholic schools.
Are you baiting me here, Lou? Or
I'm just saying
how strongly I feel about this.
I'm just saying though, they did. I mean, they have. It's really been an imbalance, and you don't have to go off about it if you don't want to, but it has shown through. I mean, it's pretty obvious to see. You look at the Archbishop Woods and St. Joe's Prep, and then really in every class, but then you get down to like the Imhoteps and the West Catholics, and it's really
gone are the
tough
days when you have like a Wilson, as going out and winning a state title at those levels.
So Minersville ball. There's a pitch. It's fumbled and picked back up by Hoffman, and it'll be a loss on the play for the Miners here as the third quarter is winding down.
Even if you look at some of those schools, and their league isn't good. Their league's not good top to bottom like the Colonial League has been, and like the Schuylkill League is some years, where the teams at the bottom can knock off the teams at the top.
Yep.
They don't have that going for them.
Absolutely.
Well, that'll do it for quarter number 3 on the Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard. It's all Palmerton, 34-0.
Scott's Signs and Printing on Route 611 in Mount Pocono is your full-service sign and printing destination. We offer 25 years of experience specializing in all phases of signage, printing, engraving, and an in-house design team. With our state-of-the-art facility, we will serve you quickly and affordably. A variety of trophies and plaques, commercial printing, and indoor to outdoor signs of all variations. Also vehicle vinyl, business cards, flyers, and wide-format printers. Visit Scott's now or call Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 570-839-5951.
Back here at Palmerton, where tonight's game is brought to you by Blue Mountain Hospital, Naden Hutton and Palmerton campuses, just better. And Minersville ball here to start the fourth quarter. And it's Facchetti. Facchetti out. Facchetti wrangled down by Rogers and Mooney.
Just got a report that the Haven-Monoy game, 49-0 final. So it will be Haven, obviously, in the district title game, and looking like the Bombers here to face them.
Who was that playing on this one?
Palmerton has run 44 plays to 30 for Minersville tonight. 321 total yards for the Bombers, 30 for the Miners. And it's been a pretty dominant performance for Palmerton here tonight. They got to feel good going to a district championship next week. Looking like they're going to be riding a 4-game winning streak as Facchetti rolls to his left. He is chased by Nelson, who can't quite get him, and then pushed out of bounds by Mike Stasko. That'll bring up 4th down for the Miners.
Facchetti still playing hard there. That was a nice effort there trying to get the corner for the first down.
And
let's go again.
Nelson's older brother Trey was a heck of a player here for the Bombers, playing at Monmouth University now.
Minersville the punt.
I know he was starting at linebacker earlier in the year.
It's amazing how those kids have come and gone. I remember when he was a freshman.
Yep.
And it doesn't make me feel any younger, I can tell you that.
How does that golfer's elbow make you feel that?
It was diagnosed as tennis elbow by an actual trainer.
Tennis elbow.
So we're going to go with that now. Trainer Dave, thanks again for the tacos.
He was like Mr. Miyagi in there. I was waiting for him to clap his hands and cure your elbow.
Yeah, you wouldn't think you'd see Mark on the trainer table before half an hour before the game.
Some good extra footage here by the the camera crew. They had cheerleaders on there, and a nice shot of the helmet before on the trainer's table down there.
Here is a speed sweep. It's Eckhart, and Eckhart, oh, almost broke it free. Still gets a gain of about, looks like about 7 on first down. And he looked like he was just about ready to break that one.
Not that the game's over, but this is a nice time now to get some carries for kids that maybe don't log a whole lot of carries. You never know next week what you're going to need.
And that's second down, and it looks like about 2, a long one maybe, and Minersville looked like they jumped again.
You know, Eckhart also coming up on 100 total yards here. It's 24 rushing, 61 receiving for him, so that's 85 yards. He's only 15 away from breaking it.
5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Kind of makes him like Mike Stasko light.
Nice, nice. I just saw Jared Mooney there picking up the flag for the referees, which brings my attention to the fact that the Bombers were named the sportsmanship team this year by the referees. It was just announced on Friday.
So now Pergy in the pistol's going to hand Stasko up the middle. Stasko taken down at the 31-yard line. Another gash there for Mike Stasko. Connor Andrzejczyk on the stop for Minersville.
Yeah, Mikey just between those tackles, he's as fast as he is in the open field. I think that's what the difference is with him there. A lot of guys might slow up a little bit when they know they're inside those tackles, anticipating a hit, but he's at the same speed.
So Palmerton now with a first down at the 31-yard line, looking to send this one into the mercy rule. Pergy, Mooney, got it down to the 15-yard line. And Palmerton right now almost looks like it's running some sort of 7-on-7 drill right now offensively. Like they're just really seem in tune with each other.
Yeah, it's a nice pattern there. He runs a slant, but then he just stopped, you know, and it wasn't necessarily a crow. It was like a slant stop and right in the pocket there, and Percy put it right on him.
It's almost just find the open area in the soft belly of the defense right there.
Percy going over 200 yards with that pass. 13 to 16 for 209 for the senior quarterback.
2 touchdowns passing, 2 rushing, and here is a handoff and fighting for extra yards. Nice second effort there. It's Stasko on the carry.
Percy, I guess, should be closing in on 2,000 for the season, and I think he had 17 something.
17-13 coming in, so yeah, that's 922 he's at. 17-19. Man, I was off by 6. Slipping.
17, 19, 16 touchdowns. Now he has 18 touchdowns passing and 9 rushing, I should say, on the season. And Palmerton knocking on the door here again. It is Stasko up the middle, and he's down about the 1-yard line, it looks like.
It'll be a first and goal.
And that'll set up a first down for Palmerton with about 8.5 minutes left here in this game. Tackle there made by Gabriel Kewen. It looks like they spotted at the 2-yard line. So Pergy, Stasko. It will be Stasko falling in, and he's down, really looks like about the 1-inch line. I thought he might have gotten in there, but they're going to mark him just short.
Inside the 1, and that'll bring up second and goal from the 1.
You see the push here falling for. No, he was down. That's a good spot. He's down right there.
Nice job coming down the line by Chistikoff there.
So Palmerton looking to send this to the mercy rule. And Stasko falling forward, and I don't think they're going to give it to him. He's going to be short again.
Short of the goal line, bringing up third.
So that'll be third down. And again, this Minersville defense, down by a lot, but they're not giving up. They had a goal line stand in the third quarter, trying for another one here. Palmerton's. This is Stasko for a third time, and that time he got in.
I could sense his frustration 2 plays in a row there when he didn't get in. I think he probably said, hey, give me the ball, I'll get it in. Because he was upset with himself on those 2 earlier plays.
Second rushing touchdown for Stasko, 3rd overall.
And that puts him at 100 yards. I'm checking out the official stats next to me. Ed Hedis is marking him up. That put him at 100 yards for the night, so 100 for Stasko.
And the kick by Tashler is no good. So 40-0 Palmerton with 7:07 left in the ball game.
It was a good idea to go for the extra point there, just to get a little work on that, because next week, you know, it's not going to be as easy. So they're gonna that extra point or a field goal attempt might come into play.
That was really the difference in the Northwestern game for Palmerton this year. They lose 13-12. They make 2 extra points. That's a win for them.
Yep.
And you see that a lot at this level. You know, some teams have a lineage of kickers, it seems, and some teams just can't fight to find them. I mean, Northern Lehigh had the Mills brothers there for a few years, and then they left. They had a hard time finding somebody to fit in.
We've got some kickers again, though, I think, at Northern Lehigh.
Yeah, Stroudsburg has a good kicker this year, Cutter off. He had a couple big ones last night. Pleasant Valley usually has a good kicker.
Blue Mountain had that good kicker the other year that you really liked.
Oh, yeah. He went to Colgate. Yeah, I told you he was.
He was All-State, I believe, right?
He should have been. Kid was kicking him out of the back of the end zone. And those kids are still running around the track. Wow.
Kickers are very they're tough to find. I know college recruiters always said, because normally the better kickers are going to college to play soccer. Almost like wrestling coaches in college have a tough time getting the upper weight wrestlers because they play football.
I think that's where we mentioned Stroudsburg and Pleasant Valley having kickers. I think a lot of they're 2 schools that also have usually good soccer teams every year, so you get those kids to come over and kick for you.
Number 20, Cole George.
So 6:59 left. The clock has not started its run yet, but it should here on the.
Change of possessions and a couple other times when they stop it, but other than that, this should be a pretty quick 7 minutes.
So Minersville ball. Down 40-0.
The Bombers still got their starters in. I would anticipate they'll start shuffling here.
And here is Mikla Savage with some room on the outside. Mikla Savage, a big gain for Minersville, and I believe that's the Miners' biggest play of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. A 10-yard run before that one.
Yeah, that one went for about 15.
Yeah.
It just seemed odd.
I think you look at this game, I mean, obviously credit the Bombers. They've done a really nice job. I think penalties early really swayed it more on Palmerton's side of the football. And I think Taylor going out really took a dynamic piece of Minersville's offense out of the equation.
And defense. He's one of the better defensive players.
And I think it also allowed Palmerton's defense to just kind of concentrate more on stuffing that line. And then Minersville got put into a situation where they wanted to throw the ball, and that's not their strong point, as there's a timeout called here. That will stop the clock. But I think there were a few factors early on that kind of gave Palmerton some breaks and enabled the Bombers to kind of give themselves some breathing room and get that early lead.
Palmerton's defense doesn't have a shutout this year. They've allowed 7 to Northern Lehigh the last week of the year. Caddy only scored 6 against them in week 7. So, they're thinking shutout. Minersville was shut out twice. Jim Thorpe and Schuylkill Haven both blanked the Miners. So that's maybe weighing on the minds a little bit. The defense for Palmerton definitely wants the shutout.
So Minersville ball as they have about the 47-yard line. This is Mikla Savage. He's got some room up the middle, and Mikla Savage is down to the 42.
It's a 37.
37. Said you and I used to be on the sidelines. This is like far away from me. I forgot my binoculars.
The spotting is not.
No, not from up here. A spot much better from the sideline.
This drive, Minersville's doubled their first downs for the game with two in a row there.
And here's a pitch to Mikla Savage. And he's tripped up after a gain of a couple.
3-yard gain on the play. That'll bring up second and about 7. And the ball's
It's a second down and long for the Miners. You guys mentioned Palmerton, Schuylkill Haven. I think when the classifications came out last year, we kind of looked at that and said, these are probably going to be the teams, because you knew Palmerton had the skill guys back at the time, and we knew Haven was going to be, you know, traditionally a good program. I think we kind of looked at it back then, and you don't know what's going to happen during the course of the season, obviously, but I think that was the prediction amongst a lot of people in the know in high school football.
Yeah, absolutely. They were out of the 6 teams, you know, the 2 that were clearly the ones people thought, man, this would be a nice matchup. And anytime you match the 2 leagues up, it's always nice too. Colonial and the Anthracite.
And you know, Minersville been a very pleasant surprise this season, going 5-5 following a 1-9 campaign the year before. Miners getting into the playoffs for the first time since 2011. They lost to Shenandoah Valley in the semifinals that year in 1A. Actually went 9-2 that season. Last time they won a district game was 2007. They were the district runner-up, beat Williams Valley in a quarterfinal, Pius X in the semis, and lost to Marion in the championship game. They won the district title, the single A title, back in 2003. And for Palmerton, Lou, last time Palmerton won a district playoff game?
This guy right here with us was coaching them.
And sometimes it seems like it was yesterday, and sometimes it seems like another lifetime ago.
And that was North Schuylkill. I remember that game. That was a game, I remember thinking, man, Palmerton, they're going to be rolling through, and North Schuylkill gave you guys a scare that night.
That was the beginning of their run, actually.
Yeah, that was.
Yep.
Because they had been so bad.
Guys.
They were so bad for so long, and that's when they really turned it around.
Yeah, the year before that, they didn't have a win. They went from having no wins to 8-3 the next year.
Yeah, they've been good ever since. They've been a factor every year.
Yeah, that was quite a game. James Hunziker catching the game-winning TD.
Now here's a rollout run by Fichetti, and he's taken down by several Bombers. Rogers was out there. Aaron Stasko. And defensively, we've mentioned a lot of the Bombers' names tonight. I think we've seen a lot of group team tackling. There's Luke Yandel on the tackle there as well. 5'8", 175-pound junior. Second down and long here for Minersville. Miners trying to get on the board. And here is a handoff to Mikla Savage. He's going to get back close to the line of the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be a yard pass. It'll be about 3rd down and about 9 for the Miners as the clock continues to roll.
You mentioned the last time Minersville was in the playoffs. Cole Wiechek, I thought, was the best player in our entire league that year. He was tough. Quarterback, safety.
I remember that name. Nicholas Savage, 15 carries for 68 yards, and most of them will come right now on this drive. Here's Fichetti looking for a fade route, and it's caught. It's caught down at the 2-yard line.
Brandon Tryon.
That is Tryon. Brandon Tryon. He's just a sophomore. I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that Minersville has a lot of players back next year, so they look for them to potentially be right back in this very spot next year in districts.
Good coverage by Eckhart, too. I mean, he was there. He had hands on him, and Tryon just made the play there.
Tryon had a nice positioning there. The inside position, was able to haul it in. Here's Mikla Savage. And the only thing remaining to be seen is if it's a shutout.
He's cut down there by Jordan Nelson, I believe. They're kind of far away from us here, though.
So now under 1:40 left, it'll be 2nd down and goal for Minersville. From about the 2, it looks like. Fichetti turns. Mikla Savage falls forward, and he's going to be short. He's going to be just short. The ball's across right now, but he might have put it across after he went down. Hard to tell from this angle. It'll be a 3rd down and goal for Minersville here. And a better angle here, and it looks like he was just short.
Andrew Sabo, I believe, did a nice job of getting under his legs there to cut him down before he got to the goal line.
Kenny's going to keep it, and he's going to get in. So Minersville gets on the board with under a minute to go as Fichetti punches it in from a yard out.
You know, thinking about Minersville and how young they are, there's been a lot of negatives about this 6 classification bracket, and you're seeing a lot of teams get in, but seeing a team like this get the extra week to play and practice and get some experience, the coaches, you know, now probably like that. You know, you see that, and so many teams played in week 11, so many more than we're used to seeing. It's got to be a good experience for the kids.
I think they got to add some kind of stipulation where you have to have a 500 record or above. Like both these teams would be in, Monoy would be in, but having a team that's 1-9 in the single A playoffs and in the 5A playoffs, you had a 3-win team and a 4-win team. You know, even if you work something where you know, a school gets a bye because, you know, they went, like in Williams Valley's case, they would have got a bye yesterday for going 9-1.
Right.
Not having to risk injury and play a 1-9 team that's probably ready for the next season too. Let's face it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I like the fact of it, as you were saying, and we said this on F&F a couple nights ago.
Just one night ago.
It was last night, wasn't it? Seems like it was longer ago. But I like the fact that you have a team like Minersville, you know, rebuilding. They get that extra week of practice, and they get to take a little momentum into next year, knowing that, hey, we made the playoffs, and you know, we want to get back there. We have some young players.
On the flip side, though, we look at a Blue Mountain, 8-2, and you know, they're not getting in. It's never going to be a perfect system, but
right, that is one team that, and they weren't even close to getting in. The disparity was so much.
Just got some news there from Ed Hedis that next week's district final against Schuylkill Haven is going to be at Pottsville. I think we were talking about that last night, Pottsville being a venue for this. So that'll be next Saturday night, Palmerton, Schuylkill Haven in the coal region in Pottsville.
So my attempt to lobby for Panther Valley, I guess, went on deaf ears. There's Andrew Sabo turning the corner.
I think Jason Zimmerman's here, though, so he wasn't watching. Maybe maybe you should have been texting him earlier. That's a fun venue, though. I've done some
Panther Valley North Schuylkill. I think that was
fun.
2009.
Yep,
that's a great place to see a football game. I really enjoy going up there.
Yeah, that Panther Valley North Schuylkill, one of the best high school football games I ever saw.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable game. And Northern Lehigh and Caddy, I remember, played that same night, and they also played one that came down the wire, and it ended up North Schuylkill, Northern Lehigh. That was the first of 2 years in a row they met in a district final.
Yep.
We almost had our dream scenario. Northern Lehigh, Panther Valley would have been.
I think that was was it 2 overtime game?
Yeah, 2 overtimes.
2 overtimes.
There was a catch made at the back of the end zone.
Fourth down play.
I think it was a fourth down play for North Schuylkill that won that. That was an incredible football game.
I know my good buddy Matt Davis is at home watching us right now. He's probably cringing. He was our D coordinator at Panther Valley that year, but man, they did a great job with those kids, and that was a great run.
Well, time's ticking down here, and that will do it. We'll be back with our post-game wrap-up. Palmerton is moving on to a District 11 2A championship game where they will face Schuylkill Haven next week. And we just learned the game's going to be at Pottsville. We'll be right back with our post-game show on the Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard. It's the Bombers moving on 40-7 over Minersville.
At Charles X Block, we offer our customers outstanding service. From our children's suits to our big and tall sizes, we have your needs covered. Whether picking out your wedding tuxedo, a slim fit suit, or business casual attire, shop at Charles X Block for the best experience.
Beat the rush and save early during the Lazy Boy Black Friday sale. On now at Hager Furniture. Get the best prices of the season on a huge selection of Lazy Boy styles. Leather recliners starting at just $649. Motion sofas from only $849. Prices this good won't last long, so shop early and save big. Pay no interest for 1 year. Hurry in to the Lazy Boy Black Friday sale on now at Hager Furniture.
One of the common problems we get phone calls about is power outages. All garage door openers have a manual release located directly above the door. Disengage the garage door by reaching up for that red cord and pulling down on the trolley assembly. Once the garage door is in the manual operation, you'd want to secure it with one of the locks that should be provided on the door. When the power is restored, do the reverse of disengaging it to put it in your manual mode. If you're having a problem with your garage door opener, please feel free to give us a call here at Palmerton Garage Doors Incorporated.
Where'd the summer go? It's football season, and that means it's leftover time at Rentschler and Slatington.
And you're going to find some fantastic lease deals at Chevrolet. Silverado, $249, Trax, $149, Cruise LT, $179.
Why not drive a sporty Dodge Charger for $239, or a 4x4 Jeep for $189, or a Ram truck for $249?
Remember, Rentschler Chevrolet
and Rentschler Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram
have a tremendous selection of leftovers, only minutes away in Slatington.
Rentschler has it, so stop in today.
You're going to be glad you did.
Tonight's postgame is brought to you by Abeloff Nissan on Route 611 in Bartonsville. And big game Lee Rusnock has made his way down to the field, and let's go to him now.
All right, guys, I'm here with Garrett Percy. Garrett, let's go back to your sophomore year coming in, and you've been starting here even as a freshman. Did you think you'd be seeing the district final by your senior year?
Yes and no. You know, it was something that I was always wanted to be part of, you know, bring the team back after sophomore year, reaching the districts, and obviously that wasn't a game that we played well in, and obviously we all wanted to get back here. But at the same time, it's nice, you know, knowing that we're back here, and the way we finished the season and we're playing as a team right now, the way we fought adversity, and we're back at the district final here.
2 touchdown passes, 2 touchdown runs. You're really trying to put that career record out of reach, aren't you?
I mean, I guess so. I really don't worry about that, though. It's really whatever I could do to get the team to win. And like Mike, we always talk about whether I hand him the ball 40 times, whatever I'm throwing for 40 times, whatever happens, happens, as long as we get the win at the end of the day. You
guys at Schuylkill Haven next week. It's going to be out at Pottsville, so you get to go out to the Coal Region, play in a big stadium out there. You're looking forward to that? Do you know anything about them or anything?
They're a tough team. We, you know, kind of keeping track of them all season here and there, but we know they're a solid team, tough and physical. Coal Region football, they like to run the ball, so it's going to be a tough task for us, but I think our guys are up for that challenge.
All right, well, good luck next week.
Thank you.
Good talking with you. Guys, I'll grab Mike Stasko in 1 second. We'll go back up to you.
All right, thanks, Lou. And Garrett Percy, good quarterback, very good talker as well. I've interviewed him several times. Seems like a really good kid.
Oh, yeah, outstanding student. I have him right now in my advanced placement economics course, so that's the kind of student he is there.
Let's go back to Lou.
Thanks a lot. I got Mike Stasko here. Mike, you said you're a little sore. Had you with over 200 all-purpose yards and really broke a couple big plays there in the second quarter. What did it feel like to score 2 really big touchdowns?
Well, it just feels good helping our team contribute to our team's victory. I thought we played a good game all around. I thought we stepped up when we had to, and I thought I stepped up when I had to help my team out for a victory.
You've been a starter here for a few years. Did you see a district final on the horizon ever, and what's it feel like to get there?
Well, that was definitely a goal going into this season. Senior class only ever played in one other playoff game. It was sophomore year we did. So that was definitely a goal coming into the season. It just feels awesome to achieve that goal.
You get Schuylkill Haven next week. What do you know about them, and how much are you looking forward to that?
Well, they're a very physical run team. I think they're a run team. So they're brutes. We're physical, so they're physical. We're going to have to step up big again this next week. I thought our defensive line played great this game, and they're going to have to do it again next week.
All right, man, good luck, and good luck next week. Enjoy your weekend. All right, guys, back up to you. I'll do it from down here.
All right, thanks a lot, Lou. And there is the updated District 11 AA bracket. Schuylkill Haven will play Palmerton for the championship next week. And Paul, contrast the styles, kind of like here tonight. Haven, they'll pound it all night long. Palmerton, real diverse offensively.
Yeah, if you're a football fan, this is the game you really want to watch. You know, smash mouth, run-only team versus one of the most versatile teams you'll ever see. A little bit of run, a little bit of pass. Yeah, but certainly very explosive on Palmerton's side. So it's going to be it's a great final. The 2 best teams are in the final, too. There's no doubt about that.
Agreed. And we're going to thank Paul Valchukas for stats up here in the booth for our entire Blue Ridge crew, Big Game Lee Rustock, for Paul McCardle, I'm Mark McKeon. So long from Palmerton. The Bombers defeated Minersville 40-7.